Welcome to
Sure.
episode 14 of Off Target Podcast. Joining us today is very special guest, Mblohrs. You want to tell the people about yourself?
Yeah, so I am a hi cat. I am a TikTok video editor. Um, I edit for people like Enoch, Nicewig, A Prize, those people. I also make content myself. I've been making content for uh, almost 8 years. So, um, yeah, I post on a bunch of stuff all over the place.
Yeah, he's got plenty of content, and we'll make sure to plug his information down below, in all of our platforms. So make sure to check him out. He's a great guy, hilarious content, absolutely
Sure.
astounding. Recently hit Masters on Apex
Yep.
Legends. I ranked absolute grinder.
Yes, sir.
Amazing growth from this guy. Absolutely dedicated to the craft. So
I try, dude. I killed the sleep schedule a bunch while doing it. So,
yeah, you
you
did
know.
not sleep for many hours. You did a lot of offline grinding, did you, or you just kind of
I did not actually. I was
everything's
just
all on
streaming
stream?
like super late. Like I think I started streaming at like 2 a.m. one time.
Yeah. I saw
So
that. I was like, this man's insane.
yeah, I was like messing up my sleep schedule really bad just because like we were grinding long hours to try and freaking keep the push going. So
Yeah, and you did good. I'm trying to get my push going. I'm still D4, but we'll get there. I feel good. We had Masters last split, so should be doable.
nice.
Pretty. So, for those of us who don't know, we are a primarily Apex Legends podcast. We talk about Apex Legends news. We also talk about other things going on in kind of the Twitch and streamer space as a whole. Try to kind of educate people on what it's like to be a content creator or what it's like in this content creation space, right? So, let's start with our bread and butter, which is Apex and what's kind of going on with Apex right now. There's a new exploit. I'm sure you know about it. There's this exploit that involves
Caustic,
speed
right?
of throwable ults. So
Oh,
all throwable ults. So Bangalore, Caustic, all that jazz. I'm not gonna get into how to do it because I don't want people doing it.
true.
But a relatively well-known Apex streamer known as Taxi got banned. I believe it was supposed to be a temporary ban for using the exploit. He then got an alt account, did it again, got banned again, did it again, got banned a third time, which I believe some are saying is a permaban.
Mhm.
And so then he went to Twitter to talk about it. Right?
Right.
Have you seen this, Blur?
Yes. So I
Right.
saw the clip on TikTok of him using um the glitch, and this was after I had seen some mentions of like free taxi on Twitter, and I didn't know what was going on. So I just kind of like put two and two together, and then I saw some of like the drama between him and like the devs. So
The devs. Yeah. And I just want to throw this out there. Like, I firmly believe that this could have been handled in a much smarter, much kinder way. The communication could have been a lot better between the devs and Taxi. Uh, but I feel like my main gripe with what's going on now is people are taking this as an opportunity to just bash the devs, you know,
yeah,
defending Taxi, all that jazz. I get it. It's like it sucks to see your favorite streamer get banned on your favorite content, but like he did kind of evade bans. You know what I mean? He could have didn't. So
So I saw that he was saying that like, oh, I didn't get a response from devs on my main account, so I made another one so I could keep playing. Um, I don't understand why after getting banned on your main, you would continue to do the glitch still. Um, like maybe for content or like to try and get the devs to get it out of the game rather than just banning him. I don't know what his intentions were. I wasn't there for the stream. I saw one clip, right? Um, but I do think it is a little weird for you to. I think you should let the message get a response or continue to tweet about it. before making other accounts and doing things like that, right? Like
Right.
I don't think you should immediately be jumping on another account to keep doing the same thing because that looks really weird to me. But then again,
Right.
I don't know the situation, so
Right. Yeah. And I agree with you. I think there needs to be like you said, could have just let the devs handle it. I'm
Mhm.
sure they were aware because they banned them for it. Um, it's yeah. I mean, to like you said, to make a second account and keep doing it, and then get upset on Twitter about it. It's weird to me, and it's not really it's not the vibe. It's not the approach. I would say.
Yeah. And I think you set out to do what you were doing, which is bring the issue to the attention of the devs, right? Like I assume that he wasn't just like abusing the speed boost to just abuse the speed boost. I assume
Right.
because
Right.
he has a big audience that he's like, "Hey, devs, this is a thing and we should like fix this," you know?
Right.
So, he's done that, so I'm I'm hoping that they'll fix it soon, but like, you know,
Yeah.
gotta
And
have a
like that.
certain way of going about it.
Yeah, the devs came in and people were just like, fucking dev won't ban the auto aim bot cheaters, but they'll ban my favorite streamer Texi. Da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da. And it's like, I mean, people just get heated, right? It's the internet. People just get heated, for no
Yeah.
reason.
It seems to be a mob mentality thing whenever like, there's some disagreement in the Apex community. It's all like pitchforks and torches against the devs and Respawn and EA and all that stuff. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
there I feel like, there there is definitely some struggles when it comes to trying to deal with all of the issues within Apex, and they only have a certain amount of people that can work on everything.
For
Um,
sure.
I think that we are too harsh on the devs sometimes when it comes to these kind of issues.
Oh, I agree. I think that, you know, I think there's certain decisions that we can argue that, like, the devs really just made a stupid decision and that this should not be a thing.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, you know, consoles and PCs in the same lobby, but that's a different discussion. And then these are just fundamentally broken with the source engine that you just can't fix. Because I mean, you really gotta like think about it. Like, it's not the devs, right? Like, I feel like in an ideal world, the devs would fix everything right away. There's just no doubt in my mind that they would do that.
mm,
But it's like the tools that they're given by EA or Respawn or whomever. This is now a cat stream, by the way, a
yeah,
cat podcast.
yep.
uh,
Podcat, if you will.
Podcat.
Yep.
There's just no way they wouldn't fix it. Like, there's got to
Yeah,
be somebody. Like, there's some bureaucratic upper higher up that's
I
just
think there
like,
is. Yeah,
nah, you don't need it. It's fine. People are still buying the skins. They're still buying packs. They're still doing the heirloom event.
okay.
Speaking of devs, I love you, and I know you work very hard on everything. But can we talk about the events recently, bro?
Yeah. It's I mean, I feel like people don't understand that this stuff goes through like higher chains of command, you know?
There's like 80
Um,
meetings before anything happens.
right. And it's not like they can just hop on the game and like fix everything immediately. They have to like make sure that pretty much all their decisions are like approved. And I'm sure there's
And it
there's a few things that, they can just go ahead and do on their own because, they have their own responsibilities, but when it comes to like the integrity of the game and how it works, that's a whole different thing.
just to push like an update to like people are like, oh, why isn't the gun out? Or like let's like what the rampage bug, the exploit, right?
Okay,
The first time it came around.
I'm about to throw her out of the room and lock it
Oh
in.
my gosh.
Hold on. This is so ridiculous. You hear her just yell at me,
Yeah,
bro.
she was
It's
upset.
like I don't
Your
want to
cat was
leave.
your cat was upset that you threw her out, bro. Like you like the or the rampage. The first time it came
Yeah.
around, they removed it. I think what people don't understand is the reason why it took so long for the rampage to get removed is you can't just push updates to a game client,
Mhm.
right? even on Origin. So on Origin they can because it's EA. EA owns Origin. Doesn't matter. But Steam has to approve the update, right, for PCs, and then for console, like Sony has to approve the update. Microsoft has to approve the update. That's why it takes so much time because there's like teams and teams of people that needs to go through all these like multi-stage verification processes to make sure that the devs aren't sneaking in shit into the game.
Right.
And that's why stuff just takes so long.
Yep.
And that's just to remove a gun from the game, much less like a fundamental physics issue with the engine.
Right.
You know. Anyways, point is, don't talk shit about the devs. Maybe just calm down and let them do their jobs. Also, Taxi, chill out, bro. You'll be back. Free Taxi.
He was getting into it on the timeline for sure.
He was getting rowdy, dude. Him and JB fucking duked it out,
Yeah.
bro. I was like,
I pulled out the popcorn, felt like I was watching Jake Paul versus freaking KSI. You know
that Michael Jackson Joe just sitting there at the theater. Like, Thriller, let's go.
Oh my god.
Speaking of bands and Twitter, poor Lulu, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say too much about it. I'm just gonna say like I just want to throw it out there. Poor Lulu, like the fact that female streamers and have to deal with this shit all the time, like it's nonsense.
Yeah, it was very confusing to me because I checked her page and it didn't seem like she was banned, but everyone was like, "Yeah, she's banned." F in the chat, you know.
It was one of those like you can't tweet for X amount of hours ban. It wasn't like your account is like destroyed kind of ban.
Oh, okay, for sure, makes sense.
It was like we're gonna time you out for 12 hours kind of deal.
Yeah,
you know, Twitch and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to say too much about it because it's like it's just a lot of negativity and it's a lot of like it's stuff that we've said before on this podcast. It's stuff that thousands of people have said before on the internet. It's just like just be nice, bro. Like there's just no need. There's just I don't know, just don't be a sexist piece of shit. It's not that hard.
Yeah, stop blaming other things for your own freaking terrible success on Twitter.
Yeah, listen, we can all agree that certain people have advantages. That's all fine. We can all agree that some people just have advantages in life, but there's no need to tear them down for it, especially if they're just making they're making the most of what they got. I would, you would, dude. You don't even pretend that you wouldn't. You know what I mean? If I looked like a fucking Greek god, dude, bro, I'm out there. I
got cam on every day, dude. I'm pulling out the full just chatting streams, you know.
Bro, I'm inverting my stream, bro. I'm the cam. Okay, the game's the face cam size now. All right, we gameplay is 10% of my screen now. All right, we pulling out. Okay. I'm just saying, if I look like you can't deny that. I feel like anybody, if they had, they would do the same. You know what I mean? And that's just how it works. I will say that I think the funniest thing this week, there's been a lot of bans recently. I just realized like this entire podcast is just talking about people getting banned. But it's like the DMCA stuff all over again with Twitch. Yep. Who was first? It was Pokimane?
Was she first? Because I thought oh gosh, who got hit with another? Because freaking
it was somebody watching MasterChef was first.
XQC maybe?
Oh, XQC. Yeah, I think it was XQC maybe. He was first.
Yeah.
And then Pokimane for watching Avatar.
For sure.
And then this guy's Toast for watching Death Note. And the funniest part about Death Note was he was like halfway through the last episode. And then he gets banned.
Shot. That is so funny.
That's what I heard. He's
it's like right at the climax of the episode, and then it's just like this channel's banned.
The stream has ended. Stream error. Sorry, my bad, bro.
That's so funny. Chat just goes, "What happened? What's gonna happen?"
F in chat. Not like this.
Dude, I don't get it, bro. Like we have. Like everyone on Twitch has been like dealing with DMCA issues from like music labels and record companies and things like that. Like I realize that React Andes have been a thing, but mostly that's been for YouTube and like random memes and clips and stuff, right? That's like free to make content out of. But like when you are legit going to other sites that you have a subscription to and like sharing that content with other people, and also just like I get that you're adding to it by like reacting because you know how to make content out of watching something, but dude, like that I feel like that is very like you're just out of ideas, you're dry on content, you're just like gonna watch something. And it could also be that like maybe they're just I think some of them have talked about like we're pushing the boundary to see what we can do, what is possible, right? But dude, like you're gonna get hit with like the biggest freaking lawsuit from those companies because they can just collect freaking. I watched.
Because you're just like, yeah, with you, dude. Like, React Andy's on YouTube, reaction vids. I get it, and to me, that like, at least most of that's like somewhat free content. That gets tricky, right? Because it's kind of like gray area. But behind a paywall, showing content that is behind a paywall, or even if it's like MasterChef episodes on YouTube or whatever, right? Like, it's something that's behind a paywall that costs millions of dollars to make, and you're just like, here you go, and this is a hot take. I don't know if this is a hot take, but this is my take, which is, in my opinion, and this is, and I'll preface this by saying I don't have a lot of content creation experience. I've been only streaming for about a year. Making content for most of that, right?
Right.
In my opinion, as a person who consumes a lot of content for most of their life, I find that reaction videos are pretty low bar in terms of creation.
Sure.
Of content. I get that it can be funny, and I get that reactions can be funny, but to market yourself as a reaction content person, to me, that's just saying, I don't know what to make, so I'm just gonna make stuff and over exaggerate myself. It's like watching a soap opera in a way.
Sure.
Of somebody.
I will say there is like right ways to react to things.
Sure.
So I recently have been watching this like lawyer on YouTube who
Hmm.
will he'll watch episodes of certain shows that are like lawyer law based,
Oh, is it Legal
and
Eagle?
he'll Legal exactly.
Yes.
Dude,
I
I
love that
love his
guy.
videos.
I love
So
that guy.
yeah, I think he reacts to content in the right way. He'll like cut it so that it's
Right.
just things that are important that he wants to talk about, and then he like directly relates it to what he's professional at, right? Like
Right.
he talks about, he like teaches you stuff that you wouldn't know if
Right.
if you're just watching the show, right?
Uh-huh.
So he's actually like supplementing more content than you're already getting by just like watching the show or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that is the proper way to do react content, is when you're supplying more than just what you're being provided with the regular show, movie, whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm with, yes. I was about to say that. It's like, add something to it, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, pause it, break it down. Are you oh, you do a VFX, bro? Break it down. Talk about the like Quarter Digital, right? They do the same
Yep.
thing where they'll watch CGI and they'll break down like, oh, this is how they did it, and this is like good, this is bad, and give their take,
Mhm.
and just show the exact moments that they think are important to you, and then add their expertise to it. I agree. Like, if you're gonna sit there and watch something like MasterChef, break it down for your audience. Talk about it. What are they doing? Do you know what they're doing? Like,
Yeah, like what's your experience with cooking in relation to like, what's being shown, right?
yeah, professional or
Um,
amateur. Like, even doesn't you don't have to be. I don't think you have to be a professional necessarily.
right. Just sharing your experience,
Yeah, you gotta
you know.
talk about it in a way that says. But then, like, what are you gonna do when you're just watching Avatar? Though, what are you gonna? What's your life experience with bending elements? You know what I mean? Like, I
So you guys do waterbending too? Because same.
same,
Um,
bro. I splashed in
so
the tub once and made a big splash. That was so I
yeah,
don't know. That kind of stuff is just like I don't know, man. Like there's this disconnect, and the issue with them pushing the boundaries is because you mentioned that oh, we're just trying to push them out. Like the issue is if you push the boundaries, it impacts smaller content creators
mhm,
because it puts more restrictions on what smaller content creators can kind of get away with now.
right.
Right? Like if you and me, if we're taking a break, let's just say, and we put on an episode of anime, no big deal. Nobody's gonna care. I'm eating lunch. I'm chatting with my chat. I'm talking to chat. It's like a 20-minute break. Awesome. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's like 10 people looking at us. But if that becomes like a content ID thing or a DMCA thing, and they have algorithms built in place to look for this kind of stuff, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't do that anymore as a small content creator to connect with my community. I have to be very careful of what I do in between, breaks. So if I'm doing like an extended stream, I gotta be very careful of. Uh, you can make arguments there's better things to do than watching TV, but like,
Sure, yeah. And I think the other thing is that it could impact Twitch as a site.
right,
Because, Twitch is allowing this to happen, and then, the companies get hit with, or hit them with, whatever, a strike or whatever. Um,
right. Twitch could get
s-
sued potentially.
yeah, like Twitch could potentially lose a lot of money over some kind of like lawsuit because of all of the stuff that is happening on the platform. So I think it's not just like, oh, I can just pay whatever they hit me with as a lawsuit. No, you're
Mhm.
also affecting the website of Twitch and all the other people that are on it streaming and making content.
Right.
um so I think it's a bigger thing than just like what people are allowed or not allowed to watch slash react to.
Yeah, it could change how Twitch is monetized, and it could change a lot of things for
Yeah.
sure. Uh, which is, like the discussion, when streamers like Amaranth and stuff are kind of starting to get really big again, or not again, we're getting really big on the platform
Yeah.
of like, oh, is this content that Twitch should be allowing because it could change the landscape of the platform, not necessarily in terms of what people are going to watch, but in terms
Mhm.
of monetization, what ads
Yeah.
are available, what
Yeah.
companies want to associate themselves with Twitch. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's like that bigger picture that we're kind of not seeing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, because ads
Yeah.
don't, if it's like advertising a new movie and you're watching a movie, it's like, well, I don't want to put my ad on that.
Right. Yeah. It's just one of
So
those things. I think that, and I don't know if you know about this, Mblohrs, but do you know about Twitch bounties?
yes, yeah,
Yes. Have you signed up for them?
partners. Well, I think it's a partner thing, right?
I heard it's an affiliate thing as well. I heard that I don't know. The link is there. It's open. They don't ask if you're partnered or not.
Oh yeah, okay. So you can
It's
look
a
at it,
beta,
but
right?
they
It's a
don't.
beta thing.
Uh, okay, maybe I don't know because
I don't know. Yeah.
I have I've always like I know that freaking like partners have had like bounty stuff that so they can like do a stream that's like a sponsored thing through Twitch.
Right. Right.
Um but I've never like gotten anything like that myself because I thought it was
Yeah.
a partner thing. I can't even
So it
find it now.
says who is eligible. It's select partners and affiliates. And so you have to sign
So
up for it.
select
You have to sign up
select
for it though. If you don't sign up, they don't know. So I'm gonna send you a link.
yeah,
I'll
that
send you a
would be
link.
pretty
I'll send you a
huge.
link. If you scroll down to the FAQs, there is a link, and you can get on a wait list.
What the heck?
Yeah, yeah. So there's a wait list. Now it says we will add partners, but I think they mean
Yeah, I've seen this stuff
partners, and it
before.
says partners, but then earlier it says partners and affiliates. So I think you can still sign up. It'll put you in that list, and then you just gotta wait and see if they email you about it.
Mhm.
So
Wild, dude.
wow, yeah. So But yeah, so bounties for people who might not know, it's basically uh, sponsored content, like Mblohrs was saying,
Mhm.
for uh, brands, hardware, games, stuff like that. And so it becomes this thing of what are those opportunities going to be reduced because of this issue on Twitch right now? And is it going to be a thing where our content creators are going to have to find other things to like look at? Like you said, like if you're asked to watch a movie and then you're watching other stuff, like, or is that something they want to associate with depending on the content? So it's just one of those things.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's crazy, dude. The landscape of Twitch is such, and content creation in general. I mean, how long have you been creating content for Mblohrs? You've been saying you said
Almost 8 years.
8 years. So what kind of content have you been making for those 8 years? Kind of give people.
Uh, so I have done various games. I started with Minecraft. I've done vlogs. I've done obviously Apex videos.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, freaking. I've made like skit type content. I've made like um role play content. I've made. If you don't know what role play is, it's like story based. So I have like a character I
Yeah,
develop and stuff.
kind of like D&D
Um,
kind of content.
yeah, sort of. Yeah. Um, and geez, I've done like a variety of games between like
Mm.
paladins and um freaking super auto pets and like
So we're
all
out of
kinds of
ads.
stuff.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
dude.
yep.
Um, been all over the place. So
That's awesome. Yeah. And I kind of want to give people an idea of what's so 8 years of creating content. Do you feel like what's kind of been the thing that's kept you going for those 8 years, and kind of what's helped you grow the most, in your opinion?
um, well, I think I've grown the most in recent years simply from like um, reputation of what I do, but also like posting on TikTok and YouTube Shorts has really helped.
Mm.
Um, so most recently, I had a lot that have done well, and so I've gotten a lot of people coming from TikTok to my Twitch and then to YouTube and things like that. Um, so I think something that's kind of kept me going is just trying to trying to do something new or creative that no one's really done before, or even just setting goals for myself. Um, so for me, recently, that was hitting masters because um, that's something kind of impressive, I guess, because there's only a small percentage of
Top two
players,
percent, top 2% of all Apex players. Okay.
yeah, that can hit that. So I thought that that was pretty cool, and I have a video I'm working on, which kind of shows my whole process from getting to Diamond 4 to Masters within, the first 2 weeks of the split. Um, and just kind of trying to come up with the wildest things possible. Like I've done uh, games where I've trolled random people as Kermit the Frog. So I've used like things that I know that I can do
Yeah.
to add to the content, right? On my stream I have a thing where I will make up a song on the spot, or people can make me do push-ups, right? It just interactive things, crazy things, like literally whatever um you as a content creator are comfortable with and want to do, um and you want to, and even if you want to like do something that no one's ever done before, like freaking Timmy blew up a lot because he wanted to solo queue from bronze to pred in one stream.
Right.
So it's you just kind of it's just kind of fun to keep coming up with ideas, and I think that's what has kept me going a lot, is because um I want to come up with crazy new things that I think I will have a lot of fun doing, and I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun watching. So
Yeah, and like you made a good point there. It's like if you're having fun, people are gonna have fun. If you're having
yeah.
if you're having fun, whoever's watching you, they're gonna enjoy it. I think you bring a good point of like there's this like ingrained pressure, right, to like do content creation and do something with it and be
Mm.
good and whatever. Honestly, just be funny. And when I say be funny, I don't mean you gotta crack jokes. You just gotta enjoy it. Just like have a plan, have a goal, have an intention with your content. Say, I want to do this thing. Doesn't matter if you do it well or not. I feel like it doesn't matter. There's plenty of people who make video game content who are absolutely dog at games, but it's funny because of the way they try and they fail so spectacularly in ways you don't imagine people failing. It's frustrating, but it's also funny.
I think some
Uh,
examples would be like Tim the Tatman, Ludwig.
Ludwig,
They're so funny to watch because of the way that they react to how they might throw or sell a game, you know?
yeah.
Um,
Um,
so
Look at
it's
Achievement Hunter, an entire group, or Achievement Hunter, which is it's a company based upon playing video games, creating content, 9 to 5. That's their job. But none of them are. They're all gamers in the sense of they play video games, but they're not like Timmy. They're not grinders where they're trying to be the best in the world at a thing. They just play games. They have fun, and if they fail, they fail. And I think you have to be okay with posting failure. I struggle with that a lot, which is, oh man, that clip was bad. Like I shouldn't post. I'm not posting that. That clip was bad. Oh, that wasn't a good play. Once you I got it. If you can get over that mental hurdle that I myself am trying to get over, and you just post content that you think is like, well, this sucked, but it was kind of funny. I just put it. Let's see how it does. If you can get over that hurdle, one, it makes the volume of content that you have to choose from much, I think, richer
Mhm.
and much healthier. But also
Yeah.
it makes you much more genuine to people in the sense of, oh, he's not just like posting highlights of himself. Which honestly, there's so much you can do by farming people hating on your highlights. There's you
Yeah.
can do a lot of that, but it also becomes less likely that you'll burn out because you're not trying to be good all the time. You're
Yeah.
just you're trying to create good content, which doesn't mean being good at a game. It just means something that you personally enjoyed and want to share with the world,
Absolutely. I think
which
one of
is like,
my most popular TikToks that I released was me absolutely whiffing a fight, and one of my mods making fun of like me throwing
I
essentially.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um
funny, dude. I mean, it's funny.
yeah, people enjoy laughing at your suffering, but it only works if you are also laughing at your suffering. So,
Exactly. You can't. End of the day, we're trying to make a living, if not a living, a decent career or whatever. Like just something out of gaming, video games, and content, which should not take itself so seriously.
yep.
You know, if you want to take yourself seriously and do super serious stuff, consider drama acting. You know, maybe get into like a CW show, right? You
Right,
want to be
right, right.
serious, go for it. But like end of the day, you're playing video games and you're trying to make people laugh or make a living for yourself on a video game, bro. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the failures and the improvement that come along with it. You know, if you're gunning for like, I don't know, just somewhere your little spot at the internet in Apex or Valorant or just Twitch,
Yeah.
and just have fun, man. And if you're having fun, people are having fun. And if people are having fun, they'll more it'll just come. It'll just grow naturally. I think. Provide
There's
value,
yeah, there's
as
so
Enoch would
many
say.
there's so many streamers and even like Apex streamers that are just like full sweat mode, just trying to frag in the game. and like not really being too engaging and making a fun time out of it, you know. So just have
Yeah.
fun with it, bro.
Yeah, you can sweat mode and have fun with it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you
That's
want to
true.
do sweat mode content, I mean,
Yeah.
Mblohrs does a good job. Man was sweat mode for a fucking 6. Man was sweat mode for like a whole solid week, and it was still enjoyable to watch. I think it's the beard. I think the beard
Yeah,
helps.
yeah, dude. It adds to the it just adds to the content, you know. People are
That's
like,
the content, bro.
how do you?
Man's got a
They're
beard.
just like, how'd that happen? You know, like
Man's got a beard. Shit, I trust this guy. Look, he's got people are always impressed by a solid beard, and I'm so jealous because I could never grow one. Bro. I could never grow a
it took me
solid
a long
beard.
time, dude. Freaking high school, I was so patchy. It was like really bad. But
Really?
yeah, I just had to keep
You
shaving it, and
committed?
yeah.
Do you do manscape? Do you manscape, bro? Do you do like sort of like do you trim the beard a little bit? Just like with the
I honestly don't trim it as much as I should, because you have like you have these little
whiskers.
hairs on the cheek, you know. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gotta
yeah, yeah,
keep
yeah,
cutting
yeah.
that back.
Get a little
Um,
bit of
I
get a
think I
little
let it get
razor.
out of control sometimes, like when it was like 2020 and everyone was like cooped up. You couldn't really go for like a shave or a trim, and I had so much that I was working on. It was just it got so crazy. It was like so long and big, and it was just wild. I'm like, I was looking at some of my old TikToks where I had the massive beard, and I was like, I am so glad I cut that down because that looked so bad.
You're like Tom Hanks in Castaway, just fucking
Yeah,
like
I literally looked like I had been on a freaking island just trying to survive, like out in the wilderness, you know?
bro. It matches the painting in the background, bro. It matches
Yeah,
the it's
exactly.
you're on brand, bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
for sure.
I love just you gotta manscape it, bro. Just get a little like go get some Harry's razors and just fucking
I
trim it down
I
and
do, yeah. I think my razor right now
clean
is
it up.
decent, but not the greatest. So I'll
Get
have
a
to.
little dude straight razor, a little straight razor action. Oh,
Yeah, I think it is. I maybe I don't use it as well as I should. There's so
bro.
many. I have like so many like things that connect to it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with
Is it like
this.
an electrical one or is it like a
Yeah,
manual one? Oh, you got a fancy one, dude.
yeah.
Electrical little. Yeah, I don't need a bar of that because I ain't got no facial hair. So yeah, I'm clean. I'm gonna go. I just need a simple little like Gillette little razor.
Yep,
5 minutes. I'm done. I'm good.
yep.
Ready to go. Baby face.
Hmm.
Oh
All right, though.
my god, dude. You, I just it's been a crazy dude. It's been a crazy like 2020, 2021. I mean it's January. We can talk about it's the new year. I mean it's been a crazy, insane 2 years, bro. Just like I feel like the entire foundation of society is crumbling. Like all the like bullshit rules that we made as a society about how we should look and what we should do and how work should be. Like it's all crumbling, bro. We're tearing it down. We're tearing it apart. Like just because it just doesn't make sense in our modern society. It's like, why do I gotta go to an office of 100 other assholes that I don't even care about?
Yeah,
Why can't I be at home doing my office Excel sheet job that I can finish in 20 minutes by pretending to work for 8 hours?
yeah,
Yeah, like what? I love it. I'm loving the change that we're seeing, bro, and the fact that it's just like, who cares?
yeah. A lot more
Uh,
people are working from home, and I'm lucky that I was able to, you know, like start doing the TikTok stuff right before everything hit,
mhm.
because then I'm in a good spot to just like chill at home, you know,
Continue.
do whatever I got to do, and um, a lot of people are struggling to, because they can't really go into work or
Um,
um, whatever. But
yeah, it's not trying to get too political on this podcast, but I mean, I hope some very serious and very real changes are coming our
mm,
uh, our way in society in terms of how we treat people and work and stuff. But
true.
man, we'll see how the DMCA stuff plays out for Twitch first.
Yeah, True.
We'll see how things go. Hopefully, hashtag free taxi. Let the homie breathe. Let him be free. And yeah, it's Apex is well, honest opinion, Emplor. What do you think of? Because this is my first time having you on, and I like to ask this question, but I have people on. What is your honest take on Apex as a video game and where it is right now? Like we love the game.
I
Don't get me wrong, but
Even with all of its um issues, I would say it's the best BR still.
mhm.
Um Comparing it to other games outside of BR, I think it's still up there. I think it's just that like it's so frustrating to see a game that we know could be potentially the best game out,
Mhm.
and it narrowly misses the mark every time. Um just due to like uh a low amount of modes that like well I think it's a decent variety, but like I know a lot of people want to see more LTMs, um, and we just haven't had like a good one in a while. Like we've had a couple recycled, um, and so that I think is where it tends to struggle, and also I think the fact of like um, just some issues within the game, like the fact that we have to remove a gun just because it's glitched and people can like abuse it. The fact that there are glitches with like characters in the game that people can abuse, like it's it's really tough to want to keep playing in a game where it's like every single patch or split, like something is broken. Um, and something is like really frustrating to our experience playing. Um, but I still overall I hop on every day because I still have a really good time playing it.
For
Um,
sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree
so
with you. It's a great game.
yeah, I think it still has so much potential. So
What do you think of the rank system? Obviously, you excelled in it, and then you did really well in it. But like, do you
um
do you think it's a good system? Having hitmasters.
I mean I think if we
Ooh.
added demotion,
Mm,
um that would help because I experience a lot of unnecessary inting and griefing.
sure. Sure.
Um, when and it's due solely to the fact that because the system is now more leaning towards rewarding KP,
Yeah.
people who don't
Fighting.
have KP by the end of the game are just inting each other when it's a terrible push and it's actually like just griefing that other team
Yeah.
and causing them
Uh,
to lose RP. It's just really
yeah. I just feel like the RPs. I agree with you on all counts. Epic's great game. So much potential. So much potential.
frustrating.
But I know I'm gonna sound like a whiner who just can't play the game and can't adapt to the craziness of ranked, but I just feel like the rank system just isn't healthy for the game.
Mm,
It just isn't because, like you said, it's leaning towards KP. It's leaning towards fights, gunfights, and so I feel like it really makes you have to be a very certain type of player, which is you're very mechanically inclined, and
right.
only extraordinarily mechanically inclined players have a fun or consistent time in ranked.
Mm,
Right? I'm not saying you have to be the most cracked player out there, and of course, there's a bare minimum mechanical skill that needs to happen. But I feel like it leans almost entirely on mechanical skill to gain because placement means nothing. I can win one gunfight, place top 4, top 3, and get like I don't know 20 RP or whatever, which is nothing. It's like a drop.
yeah.
I think the rank system needs an adjustment to balance placement and KP, right? Like it needs that change. I agree with you. There needs to be demotion. There just needs to be demotion, like just flat out.
Yeah, because people who
I
are hard stuck are just gonna do whatever.
just gonna end onion, just do whatever, bro. It's wild to me that we can play a game of ranked BR before the first ring closes. Half or more than half the lobby is dead in diamond ranked. At the diamond level, people are just choosing not to loot up, not to play not to play position, not to play rotations, but just fight. Just fight, fight, fight for RP.
Yep.
You know? And it's nuts, bro. Ranked should be like this gateway to comp. It should be this, in my opinion. You can disagree with this opinion, but like in my opinion, like ranked should be this gateway to competition, to LGS, to NSG, to whatever, content creator tournament of the week it is. There's this level of competitive integrity of saying this is how high level Apex should look like. And it doesn't. High level ranked looks nothing like ALGS gameplay. High level ranked looks more like a kill race, if anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's sort of tough is you have some people that want rank to be more like comp, and then you have some other people that just want it to be more like glorified pubs.
Yeah.
Just running around shooting whatever. And so it's tough. I think it's tough for Respawn to try to find that balance.
For
Um,
sure. For sure.
so I personally, I think honestly, if you were to find that balance, I think the current system is kind of leaning towards that. Um, However, it's just difficult when you have these players that want to play smart and they know that they can't take certain fights. So they're just kind of sitting endgame with like no KP and they get punished for it.
Yeah.
Um,
That was my personal
so
frustration for sure.
yeah, because you
So
have like right now a ranked grinder who's like top pred looks very different from a comp player, a pro player.
yep.
And sometimes you have people that do both,
Sure.
but it's you see people like Daltouche who are just like rolling through um pred lobbies and then they go play comp. I don't think he's ever played comp, but like um you go play like a tournament or something, you see him just like struggling
Struggle.
to succeed
Yeah.
because he doesn't know how
Yeah.
to play
Comp.
placement end game. Yeah.
Yeah. Play in game. So well, yeah, thanks for sharing it. We, end of the day, we love Apex. We just want Apex to be the best
Mhm.
it can be. So, um, that's all I got for today, man. I think that's all we got. You got any? I usually have the co-host or the guests do this, which is, do you have any statements for the people? Any like one sentence or so
Oh
freight like
goodness.
tips or comments on anything, be it the Rampage, whatever.
Um, I think I just want to kind of repeat what you were saying earlier, which is I think generally we should just stop taking things so seriously. Just try to have a good time and um not really focus too much on being the better person compared to someone else or the better player compared to someone else, but be the better you than you were yesterday, right?
Yep.
I think you should just focus on your own improvement, whether it's in um, being good at a game or being good at making content, whatever it is. I think that should be the main focus rather than trying to pick on or put down other people.
There we go. Wise words from Mblohr.
Mhm.
People can find you on Twitter,
Oh,
TikTok,
everything, dude. Yeah,
Twitch, everything, literally anything. If it exists,
Instagram.
he's on it. Patreon, man's on
Yep.
Patreon. Okay, for $5 a month. Okay,
Yep.
you can get hella juicy info on editing. Depends on professional editor. It's spelled MBLOHR.
Yes, sir.
Mblohr. We will post his socials on our Twitter, on our podcast, and everything. So find his links there.
Yep.
For watching this on YouTube, links will be in the description. As always, we will see you next week for another episode of Off Target Podcast. Thank you for joining.